But if you had infinite amount of money, you had a printer sitting there printing out Benjamin Franklin's every second, then you go like, why not? Just throw my money away. But no matter how rich you are, you only have so much money, right? And you become thoughtful before you invest that money. Energy is the same way. You only have so much, so why don't you ask the same questions before you invest energy into someone or something, whether that someone or something is deserving of it. Because if I said to you, Brian, hey, I'm starting a new business, I got a new startup going, could you invest $50,000 into it? You're like, well, tell me a little bit more about it. What's your business model? What's your plan for it? What would be my return on my investment? You'd ask questions before you gave me the money, you just wouldn't hand me the money. So I think people don't ask those questions when they invest their finite amount of energy. And they just throw it all over the place, and then nothing grows.
Yeah. Now, you speak to entrepreneurs all the time. You're going to Paris now. You're going to Australia multiple times in multiple months. Yeah. What is something that comes up more often than the rest when you speak with these, quite successful entrepreneurs that are running companies, with millions in profits, that kind of thing? And also, does that relate to focus? Because I know you learned a lot about focus, and is that something you can transfer to them?
Yeah, I would say a lot of these entrepreneurs, these people that own companies, are very focused. They're very clear business-wise where they want to take their companies, what they want to achieve. They're very clear that way. They're not clear about their personal life. They've never invested that much time figuring out what their purpose in life is. Where are they going as an individual? Do they have a plan for their future? That's one thing they're not clear of. Another big thing I see happening a lot these days is that their employees or their team members can't focus. We've got a generation of human beings now that are growing up that are trained to be distracted. So now they're coming into the workplace. I was in Kenya a month and a half ago in Nairobi speaking at an event. A business owner came up to me and goes, yeah, my employees can't focus. Do you think you can help them? I go like, have you ever taught them how to concentrate? And the answer was no. And I go like, that's where we need to start. We need to start by teaching them how to concentrate. Because what companies do is they bring in processes and systems to stop them from being distracted, like turning off social media. Well, you're patching the problem, right? You should rather be teaching them how to concentrate, so then you don't have to turn off social media. You can leave it on, but they know when to focus and when to shift their focus. So I think that's a huge problem I'm seeing a lot nowadays in the workplace, and a lot of businesses do approach me asking me to help them teach their employees how to focus and how to concentrate.
Right.
Because I always say, Brian, and you've heard me say this before, when we grow up, we get told to concentrate. We never get taught how to, right? I mean, did you get formal classes in concentration when you were growing up? But you probably got told, right? Focus on this, concentrate on your homework. But nobody teaches us how to do it. But then when you want to learn the piano, or you want to learn how to drive a car, play tennis, we take lessons, we learn how to do it, and then we practice it to be good at it. And if you don't practice it, you don't become good at it. So people don't learn how to concentrate, and they don't practice concentration. So if you don't learn it and you don't practice it, how would you be good at it? Why are they good at distraction? Because they practice it all the time. If you practice something 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, after 6 months, you'd be an expert at it.
Which is what you were doing in the monastery. You were focused on every single activity.
Yes.
That was really the meditation in disguise.
Exactly. That was the preparation for meditation. I wouldn't call it a meditation, it was the preparation for meditation. Because meditation is born out of a prolonged state of concentration, right? So you need to learn to concentrate first. When you can concentrate, then you can meditate. Meditation comes out of a prolonged state of concentration. So we learned concentration throughout the whole day. We practiced it, everything that we did. So when we sat down, we were ready to get into a state of meditation.
Continue watching this fascinating conversation for free by clicking on the link below to visit our website, learn from the best minds in the world, and connect with a community of passionate people building the best versions of themselves. Just click on the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.